All right, I'm on hole number 9 of the Holiday Hills tournament. I'm in Monday's practice round in the rookie division. I'm in my low level account. Got nothing more than T4 clubs and below. I have a few clubs that I've got in. I'm going to pick my clubs out here real quick. Now, let me think about it. I have a couple Tour 5 clubs that I got in the Golden Shot, but haven't played much above T4. Haven't played any above T4. All right, so let's go to, this is going to be Nordic Fords. That's going to be hole number 9. I was looking at clubs there to see what my extra mile had as far as topspin. All right, so I like to come at this hole with an accurate club to try and get, you may end up being short. I really do think that even if you've got upper developed stuff, unless you're taking you're digging up into this hole and you're taking a risk digging up into that hole because you're having to bring a bigger club, that if you're up in this spot, you do have a much better shot look at it because your red line's going to be in here and you'll have a much better look at it. If you're back into this area right here, and this is one of those holes that you don't have a really high shot at Albie. So if you bring certain clubs, it's just going to lower your chances of Albie, and you already have a very low chance of Albie. And I would rather be able to get through this area here on a consistent basis and never end up in the rough, because this hole is going to ruin on hole number 18. There's going to be a bunch of people that this hole is going to absolutely ruin their round. And I don't want that to be, my goal is to get an eagle on this hole. And I know going in that it's a very low percentage shot to get an Albie. So I'm taking the risk to get up here to give myself a better look at Albie. Yes, you have a better look up here, but there is a risk when you're going through up here, because if you get caught on either side over here, you can't get up. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to play it safe. And I'm going to take a big dog and a quarterback and a Titan. And those should be the only 2 clubs that I need. And I'm going to take the quarterback to try and get me safely up through the chute. And an extra mile here, when you've got lower developed stuff, my extra mile is at 2.4 per ring. So when you look at the ring sets, a great to the left or the right puts you in the rough. Now you could set the shot up so that you could hit a perfect or a great to the left, or a perfect or a great to the right, but you're not going to be able to get them both. I want to be right in the center of the fairway. So it's 4-5. So there's 4-5. And then I'm going to put the forward moving wind back in it. You can see where I'm at here. And then I'm going to rub up against the nubs, just put a little bit. I'm going to put enough overpower that it's not making the needle move any faster. Trying to get as much forward distance as I can without doing anything spectacular. And then I brought my big dog to dig me out on the other side, because my Viper, I'm going to be real close to not being able to make it to that fairway with my Viper. Oh, and hits it perfect. Nicely up the fairway. And we got tons of room in front. So, I mean, it's not like you can really go at it to try and get up there in front. If you get way up here in the front, you do have a nice shot coming in. But you can see where my red line is here. I mean, I'm right on the deal. So I'm going to have to rethink with my lower level account, and I'm probably going to have to take this shot with an extra mile, which is not the way I'd really like to come at this hole. So that's with max overpower. I'm going to want to come up into this area right here, and I'm going to take the wind out, and that's about 2 rings. Now the rings are distorted there, so you kind of got to look at what the normal ring size is. And I hit it about 70 rings great to the left. and ended up in the sand. So, and that was a very poor shot on my part. I should have put all of the curl on there from where I was set up, and I had tons of room to the right, and I would have guaranteed myself that I would not have ended up in that sand no matter how far I hit it to the left unless I shanked it. That was a very poor shot. I apologize on that. But the deal is that the landing spot for my drive, I'm just not going to be able to get it done with the QB unless I want to do big overpower on it. So I'm going to have to take the risk on that shot and bring my extra mile because I don't have any options. My big dog is even less accurate, and I cannot, because I'm practicing today, I can't afford to miss this shot or make this shot, excuse me. As long as my opponent does not forfeit, I'll be fine. You know. So I'm definitely going to, with this low level account, have to rethink how I'm going to play this hole. I mean, they're going to have to bring out a bigger ball, or I'm going to have to play it with a bigger club. And I think the only option that I have is that I'm going to have to play this with a bigger club so that I can get up into that pocket, and then I'll be able to engage that. And I'm probably still going to bring, let me look at that hole. Now from where I was at, I was like in this area up in here, somewhere up in this area. And with a power 3 ball and that big dog, I was not able to engage here. Now I had, the way I was setting the shot up, I had so much room over here. I should have put on maximum curl. That's why I got caught up in the sand. It shouldn't have mattered that I hit a 3-ring great to the left. If you put max curl on there, the ball is going to go to the right no matter where, no matter what. So that was definitely a poor shot setup on my part. But this right here is what's concerning. I'm not really too worried about this. The first day when I'm playing in these holes and I'm practicing, my number one goal is what driver am I bringing and what ball. Because this right here sets this second shot up. And so obviously from where I was at with a QB and a Titan, I did not get enough forward distance, and that ball is not big enough to help that big dog get its job done. So the shot that I took there from the drive, my drive and my ball combination was not the right combination to give me a shot over here. So this shot doesn't matter right now. Not when you're practicing. For me personally, my first goal, driver and ball. And obviously with these clubs, the only way I'm going to make this happen is if I can get further up into this hole. So I have, when I look at drivers in my bag, I've got a rocket, which is not going to help me. I've got an extra mile and a big topper. The rock doesn't have any more distance than the quarterback at this level, so the rock's not going to help me. So I'm in the same boat with the rock. The rocket's got less distance. That's not going to help me. So I only have two choices here, extra mile and big topper. And the big topper at 217 is not helping me, but this 100% topspin is. The problem with the big topper is this 25 accuracy. So with the big topper, I'm going to be hitting into the same exact landing zone that I had with my quarterback, where I'm back here, and then I'm trying to run it through the hole. And with this, and here's your ring set on a, that wide on a quarterback because it's one per ring. So your two, you can hit a 1-ring great to the left or the right and still come cleanly through this chute. But with a big topper, my rings are 2.5 per ring. So if you're right down the middle and you hit it perfect, you're right down the middle. But if you hit a great to the left or the right, bam, you're off. You're in the rough or you're in the sand. You have no room for error. So the only option that I have to take through this hole is an extra mile. And I know a lot of you are thinking, well, that's why we got the extra mile. The extra mile is a great club. the Extra Mile is a game-changing club when you've got lower developed stuff. But what you will learn as you get better developed clubs is that accuracy in these, especially in driver, accuracy is huge. Because you can make shots like this with a quarterback or an upper developed rock or an upper developed Apocalypse or any of these clubs as they get accuracy with so easily. But when you've got inaccurate clubs, you make any little bit of mistake at all. We all want to hit perfect every time we take a shot, but we don't always hit perfect. And if you make a mistake on this hole at the very end of your round, it's going to be very easy. And if you're in the rough over here, you're sunk. Rough or sand down this far away, I mean, you're sunk. You won't even be able to get to this so that you could try a max overpower hook shot to bring you over. So I think my only option on this hole is going to be to bring an Extra Mile and a Titan. So I've got some distance. And then that will give me some options on the other side, because that'll put me up here where I will be in my Viper range, where I can get into my Viper range out here and I can bleed up towards the hole. The other thing about the Extra Mile on this particular hole is where my landings in my original landing zone is here with a QB. My original landing zone is going to be up here right at the beginning of the neck. So I'm only looking at having to take one bounce off trajectory as I go through the neck. And so if I can clear that second bounce, then I'm in the clear in most cases. So if I do hit a great to the left or the right and I can survive from this first bounce to this second bounce, if I can survive that, there's a good chance, because it starts to flare out and get wider, there's a good chance that I'll be able to make it, even if I hit a great to the left or the right. But my goal when I come to these holes is to always try and bring stuff that I can standardize the hole, and 100% accurate clubs or extremely accurate clubs are always better. But I am going to have to bring an Extra Mile on this hole in order to get up there, or I'm not going to be able to get it done in this account. Or I'm going to find myself having to do the max overpower hook or max overpower shot with my big dog. And I don't mind doing that shot. I just set that shot up bad. I didn't put all the curl on it, and I know better. I know better. All right. That was hole number 9. So next time I play that hole tomorrow, I'm going to use an Extra Mile and a Titan, and I will probably switch to my Viper, because if I get to the spot that I'm looking for up there, my Viper is going to help me out. And my only other option there is to bring a Horizon. But when we talk about, the ball guide's great, but that accuracy at 12, once again, that word, what was that word we were looking for? Blows. All right. Okay, that was hole number 9 of the Holiday Hills Tournament and Monday's practice round of the rookie division. Let's make sure we're not going to qualify today. Oh, hopefully one of these people will pop themselves up there. Otherwise, I'm going to qualify with a -5. That would be bad. All right. Thanks for watching.